Gonna be an audio book.
Hey, King. Hey, them boys real white, King.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I appreciate it.
Well, the truth of the matter is.
Okay, Tip. All right, Tip.
Hey, man.
I know my son. Think I ain't spoke to my son. Think I ain't told my son, his mama, and his grandmamas. His ass going to prison. If he goddamn keep that shit up, his ass going to prison. Ain't no way around it. Ain't nothing I'm gonna be able to do about it. Can't nobody stop it but him.
Man, this story just keeps spinning out of control. King Harris has been trending nonstop, and not for the reasons his family would want. Word on the street is that T.I. might not even be King's biological father.
Y'all, the rumors are starting with T.I. It's coming out that King is not his son. Look at them, y'all. It looked like Benny spit this boy out. Tiny, you got some explaining to do.
Yeah. That rumor lit up the internet right after that wild father-son showdown at the Atlanta Falcons game. And ever since then, folks can't stop talking about it.
I don't want to be in these gates. I want to be outside in the neighborhood. That's why I want to be over there. But they don't understand that. They try to say I was over there trying to sucker past it, but they ain't going to tell you everything like that. They trying to hide it. Ain't nobody hiding it. He capping. Hey. He know I stand on business. He know that. Ain't no nigga ever pull my car ever in life. I stand on business. You drop me somewhere, I stand on business. You drop me in your hood, I stand on business. Yeah. I been stood on business. Like you ain't had me behind the mansion. I was outside doing what I wanted to do.
You was behind that till you tried.
No, I got too much to drink. I drunk too much.
Everything started when King, who's got that short fuse and a reputation for being hot-headed, went live on Instagram mid-argument with a man in the stands. He was puffing his chest out like, "I stand on business," clearly trying to prove something. But instead of cooling off, he doubled down, yelling into his phone like he had a point to make.
Stop talking to me. This ain't your restaurant. Everything you make, I can pull out. Nah, I ain't tripping on you. I ain't tripping. Get the hell out of my face. I'm not talking to you.
That's when T.I. stepped in, and things went from zero to chaos real quick. The rapper wasn't having it, calling his son out for acting too tough and embarrassing the family name. In front of the whole crowd, I tried to humble him, literally, by grabbing King in a headlock while people around them screamed and filmed the whole thing. Hours later, King jumped on Instagram again, throwing shots at his dad like, "I'm grown now."
A day in my life.
You did have to fool.
You have to come to my grandma's house.
I don't care who you are. If I'm wrong, say it to my face. Fans were split. Was this just another spoiled celebrity kid melting down? Or was there something deeper brewing between them? And let's not forget, King's no stranger to bad press. People still remember that messy Waffle House situation when he talked down to the workers like he was above them just because his dad's a rap legend.
Stop talking to me. This ain't your restaurant. Everything you make, I can pull out my. Nah, I ain't tripping on you. I ain't tripping. Get the hell out of my face. I'm not talking to you. Who the hell is he? What's your name? My name King. You know it, and your mama know it. Tell your mama Happy Mother's Day. Tell your mama Happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day.
That moment cemented his entitled rich kid image. And now, with all these new rumors flying, it's got everyone wondering, is this just teenage rebellion or a full-blown family crisis in the making? So check this out. King once went viral for a wild stunt that left people disgusted. He promised a homeless man $50 if the guy could eat one of those forbidden chips. You know, the kind that burns your soul and lasts 5 minutes without water. But when the man started suffering, sweating, and clearly in pain, King just laughed it off like it was comedy hour. Fans were furious, calling him heartless, but King brushed it off like, "Y'all tripping." He acted way too important to admit he crossed the line. And things got even messier after that Falcons game fight, when King tried to say I left him in the hood and mistreated him.
Yeah, man, it's a lot about that TV show, man, that got people confused. Because I live with my grandma. You know, we'll go to the house on like a weekend. They'll say, "Hey, we shooting today. We need y'all at the house." They'll come get me from my grandma's house.
But fans weren't buying it. They called him out for clout chasing since he literally grew up in a gated community with million-dollar views and luxury cars in the driveway. Still, some receipts started popping up that changed the whole narrative. Turns out, even though his parents were rich and famous, King actually spent most of his early years living with his grandmother. In the hood for real. That twist shocked everybody. People started realizing that maybe there was some truth to his story, even if his delivery was off. Apparently, King wasn't raised in T.I.'s main house, which made him different from the other kids around him. He said the only time he really saw his dad was when they were filming Family Hustle, the Braxton-style reality show that made the family look picture perfect. But once the cameras stopped rolling, King would dip right back outside, living that street life again. Reports even claim most of T.I.'s kids only pulled up for filming, not to actually live under his roof full time. And that detail right there, it made fans question everything. While Tiny and T.I. were out touring the world, living that superstar lifestyle, it turns out not all the kids were right there with them. Tiny's daughter, Zonique, spilled that she mostly grew up staying at her grandma's house, not with her famous parents.
Okay, so I would say what hurt me would be like, I'm honestly like my mom being like with Tip all the time.
Damn.
Like,
timestamp that.
not timestamp that. I feel like even now and today, like that's how it is. Like they're just tied to the hip. But now I'm grown, so it's like I can't really. But it's like they'd rather go places with each other. So anytime he gotta go, she gotta go. She gotta go, he go. It's just like.
Fans were quick to pounce on that revelation, dragging T.I. online for being a TV dad who played perfect on Family Hustle, but allegedly ignored his kids behind closed doors. And just when people thought the family drama couldn't get any messier, the biggest bomb of all dropped. Whispers started flying that King had allegedly told friends T.I. wasn't even his real father. That rumor spread like wildfire, especially after fans pointed out how uncomfortable King always looked when T.I. publicly showed him love. Folks said it came off forced, like their connection was more for the cameras than real life. Suddenly, that awkward tension between them made a lot more sense. Then things took a wild turn. Pictures of a man named B, Anthony, started making rounds online, and the resemblance between him and King had people's jaws on the floor. Social media went into full detective mode, comparing facial features, smiles, and even mannerisms. Some started asking straight up if Tiny had a history with this man and whether he could actually be King's biological father. In that moment, the whole story flipped. It stopped being about a rebellious kid acting out and turned into a full-blown mystery about hidden family truths, blurred bloodlines, and a young man who, despite all the fame and fortune, might just feel like a stranger in his own house. The real heartbreak in all this is that King might be surrounded by luxury. Designer clothes, big houses, flashy cars. But deep down, he's still that kid torn between two worlds. Half raised under the blinding lights of T.Y. and Tiny's fame, and half grounded in the grit of his grandma's neighborhood. That split upbringing seems to have left him confused, angry, and constantly searching for answers. And honestly, the more people dig into King Harris's life, the more it feels like we're watching a reality show play out in real time. Except this one's raw, painful, and way too real. After that Atlanta Falcons fiasco, the internet stopped seeing King as a spoiled celeb kid and started treating him like a walking family mystery. Some folks say he's exaggerating, using the abandoned in the hood story to sell his rap persona and make himself seem like an underdog. Others believe he's crying out for attention. Not fame, but validation from a father who might have been more image than presence. See, King spent most of his early years living with his grandmother, while his relationship with T.I. looked more like a part-time gig than a real father-son bond. They'd link up for Family Hustle tapings, smile for the cameras, and then go their separate ways. That alone caused tension. But once rumors surfaced that T.I. might not even be King's biological father, that tension exploded into full-blown chaos. When people started believing that rumor, King's angry outbursts suddenly hit different, especially when he told T.I., "Stop making the world think you're with me when you're not that line cut deep." And as if things couldn't get crazier, internet detectives wasted no time pulling up photos of B. Anthony side by side with King Harris. And the resemblance? Uncanny. The internet was shook, convinced they might have just stumbled onto hip-hop's most shocking family secret yet. When those side-by-side comparison pics hit social media, the comment section went absolutely insane. People were tagging friends, zooming in, and dropping captions like, "Y'all telling me this ain't King's daddy?" The theories ran wild. But what really made everything worse was the silence. Tiny, King's mom, has never addressed the rumors publicly. Not a word, not even a denial. That quietness spoke volumes to fans, who felt like if the rumors were false, she'd have shut them down instantly. Instead, her silence just poured gasoline on an already blazing fire. Meanwhile, King's behavior keeps feeding the narrative. From that disrespectful Waffle House moment to the heartless chip challenge with the homeless man, he's been digging himself deeper in the public eye. Instead of showing growth, his moves keep making him look like a privileged kid craving chaos, not a young man trying to find his purpose. Every time he goes viral, it's for the wrong reasons, and people are starting to lose sympathy fast. Critics say all this acting out is part of a strategy, that King's trying to stir drama to push his rap career, using controversy as his marketing plan. But others see something way more human behind the madness: pain. The pain of growing up without a solid father figure, of constantly trying to prove he's tough enough to survive on his own. When King says, "I stand on business," it's not just bravado. It's his armor, a way to hide the cracks from a world that's been watching him fall apart since he was a kid. Every time King breaks down, you can feel that storm brewing inside him. It's not just anger. It's years of bottled up emotion, the desperate need to earn respect from his own father and from the world watching. That viral Falcons game moment, I putting King in a headlock while fans laughed and turned it into memes, said it all. What was meant to be discipline looked more like public humiliation. The internet couldn't decide if it was tough love or just a dad losing control, but one thing was clear. The pain on King's face wasn't fake. That's why his Instagram rant later hit so hard. When he said he feels unloved, like a mistake or a child only acknowledged when the cameras are rolling, it revealed something raw. Behind all the attitude and bravado, that's a boy craving real connection. Someone to see him, not the image. And that hurt runs deep. But here's the twist. King isn't the only one with that kind of resentment. Zonique, Tiny's daughter, has also spoken out, saying her mom and T.I. were too busy chasing the spotlight, so she grew up mostly under her grandma's roof. That paints a sad picture. Superstar parents building empires while their kids quietly raise themselves in the background. And now, fans who once adored the picture-perfect family on Family Hustle are looking back and realizing the truth, that maybe what they saw on VH1 wasn't a reflection of real love at home, but a polished performance for the cameras. The family that once symbolized success might have just been hiding years of hurt, disconnection, and kids growing up feeling unseen. Fans spent years buying into that picture-perfect image of the Harris family, the mansion, the smiles, the unity. So when the cracks started showing, it hit people hard. But what really makes this whole thing sting is the way T.I. has handled it. Sometimes he defends King, brushing off his behavior like it's no big deal. Remember the Waffle House incident? T.I. laughed it off, calling it just another young man moment. But then other times, like during that chaotic Falcons game, he flips the switch and publicly checks King like a stranger on the street. That inconsistency is brutal, and King feels every bit of it. It's that contradiction, the mix of fake smiles and harsh scoldings, that deepens the rift. And when you throw those paternity rumors into the mix, it turns every father-son hug into a debate. People online swear T.I.'s love looks staged, while King's angry outbursts, they say, are the only times we see the real truth. What should have stayed a private family struggle has turned into a never-ending public soap opera, one where everyone's picking sides and nobody's winning. Even the rap scene is tuned in. What should have been King's breakout era as an artist is now clouded by drama and family baggage. Instead of judging his bars, people are judging his bloodline, asking if he's really from the streets, if he's authentic, or if his father is even who we think he is. His music can't even catch air because doubt is suffocating his name. Some say being born into fame is a blessing, but for King, it's starting to look more like a curse. Before he can even define himself, the internet's already written his story. One filled with daddy issues, betrayal whispers, and a desperate search for identity. For a young rapper trying to carve out his lane, that's not just pressure. That's a full-blown emotional weight that could crush a career before it ever takes off. So the real question now is, where does King Harris go from here? Because at this point, his story ain't just about rap anymore. It's bigger than music, bigger than fame. It's about identity, pain, and how a young man rebuilds himself in front of the entire world. For someone still carving out a name in the industry, that's a lot to carry on his back. But here's the twist. Scandals like this can either destroy you or turn you into a legend. Some artists crumble under the weight of controversy, but others use it as rocket fuel. They take their pain, their trauma, and flip it into art that hits people right in the soul. If King can stop running from the chaos and start owning it, he might just find his true voice. The world loves rawness, that real, unfiltered truth you can feel in the lyrics. If he embraces the struggle, the feelings of being abandoned, fighting for respect and trying to earn love he never got, that honesty could make him unstoppable. But it's a thin line, because if King keeps acting out, disrespecting workers, mocking people less fortunate, and chasing viral moments, his career won't survive long enough for his music to speak. The industry forgives flaws, but not fake hearts. He's got the chance to turn his pain into power, but only if he drops the antics and steps into the mic with purpose. The story's messy, Yeah, but if King learns to own that mess, it might just become his masterpiece. Right now, King Harris is standing at a major crossroads in his life. Two paths stretch out in front of him. One where he finally rises above all the chaos, locks in on his craft, and earns real respect for his talent. And another, where he becomes just another celebrity kid who let the headlines define his legacy. The choice is his, but he's not the only one who's got work to do. Because I plays a big role in this too. If he genuinely wants to fix things with his son, it's going to take more than Instagram lives and red carpet smiles. The world doesn't need to see another tough love moment or a viral headlock. King needs compassion, not another public humiliation. What he's really craving isn't applause or attention, it's genuine love, steady support, and a father who shows up when the cameras aren't rolling. And whether or not T.I. is his biological dad, he's still the man King looks to for guidance, or at least wants to. Behind all the shouting, the rumors, and the pride, there's just a son who wants to trust his father again. And a father who still has a chance to step up before that door closes for good. At the end of the day, King Harris isn't just fighting for fame, he's fighting for something way deeper, a real bond with his father. Because a father-son relationship ain't just about DNA, it's about trust, loyalty, and showing up when it matters. Until those wounds are healed, the tension's not going anywhere. The drama's gonna keep bubbling, the headlines will keep spinning, and the truth? It'll keep slipping out in pieces. No matter how hard they try to paint that perfect family picture on TV, the cracks are out there for the whole world to see. The Harris clan's private pain has turned public, and now everyone's watching to see how it plays out. King's at a crossroads. Will he channel his pain into purpose and rise as a respected artist? Or will he let the chaos define him forever as just another cautionary tale in hip-hop royalty? One thing's for sure, this story isn't over. We're going to keep hearing about King, T.I., and this never-ending family storm that just won't quit. But what do you think? Can King really bounce back from all this? Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on that hype. I'll catch you on the next one.